In St Kilda, we've been here since 1984. Good Shepherd began a program in '84 in response to women being on the streets, young women being homeless. Good Shepherds came to St Kilda and they set up a house, and we've been working with women in difficulty, needing that kind of response for that time. Many women have used, who've been in sex work, have used our counselling service to work through some of the really big issues that underpin why they're actually in that service. So issues around, abuse and poverty are really significant and often the causes to why women are working in sex work. So it's quite a complex sort of issue really. It's not just what is seen on the street, but there's a lot of issues that lie behind why women are out there. So our role is to try and build up the relationship with women, and this can take some time, so it's not a quick fix type situation. We try to engage with women. That takes time. You build a relationship because many of them have lost trust in services and people, and once we build that relationship and trust, women begin to open up and share, and then they can take advantage of the opportunities that we provide. Most of the women we see don't really want to work in sex work, but they feel that their choices are limited because they may have left school at an early age, or they haven't done the training that enables them to do a mainstream job.
Landish is a social inclusion program that uses ecotherapy, so connecting with nature, with animals and with other environmental volunteering as a medium for women who are marginalised and socially isolated within the city of Port Phillip, in with group activities, in with community activities and in with other social activities. So Angie is an Landish participant that started with us about 9 months ago, and in her own words, when she came into the program, she was frightened of her own shadow. She had just gone through a very traumatic episode of losing her partner and found her life completely changed, and found herself wanting to make some changes within that. So she came to Landish knowing that she had a real passion for nature and for animals, and knowing that she had a lot of anxiety around being in social situations. So when she came, we did a lot of work on managing that anxiety and building up self-esteem, and 9 months later she, again in her own words, is a different person. She has grown along with the plants that she's been nurturing. She's been nurturing herself as well, and is now in a role of ambassador, Landish ambassador, where she helps welcome new people to the group, helps them to feel safe, and makes it a really warm space for others who are stepping into Landish with the same anxieties and with the same desires for change.
The centre that we have here in St Kilda is a drop-in centre, as well as we have appointments for women, but we like to encourage women to take ownership or a role in creating a space as well for themselves. And so one of the women who came for counselling, who had been in sex work, spontaneously arrived one day with a piece of mosaic, and it was a shattered mirror with the Good Shepherd emblem in it. And she said that for her it symbolised her journey with Good Shepherd, and that was that when she first came, she would look in the mirror and she would see herself, but it was very fractured and fragmented. She saw herself as very sort of scattered and not whole. And so the first mosaic was to picture that experience, and then she wanted us to put on the opposite wall a picture of a full mirror, and that was to symbolise her process at the end of the journey, where she could look at herself and she could see the wholeness that she was. People often ask us how they can help. The idea of providing opportunity is the best way of helping. The Project Me, where we are able to help people take on a course or a next step in their life, we've found that to be one of the most successful ways of people tasting or getting a sense of what they can do. Whatever you can maybe contribute would go towards a scholarship fund, and it would actually help someone take their next step. And what a wonderful way for people to be involved, to see that their contribution has actually created that pathway.